was heading straight toward her and a friend. The plane flew so close that it blew Earhart's hair out of place. She was thrilled. Of course, when she went and she watched an air show at that time, or this is the point where her life changed. When Earhart was 23, she flew on her first airplane. A year later, she took her first flying lesson. 6 months after that, she bought an airplane. Now she started to practice on flying, and then she bought her own airplane. In 1928, Earhart got a phone call. The man on the line wanted her to be the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Was she interested? What do you think, boys and girls? Of course. Earhart didn't have to think twice. An automatic reply of yes flew out of her mouth. 2 men flew the plane. Earhart made history just by being a passenger. That flight gave her an idea, though. Why couldn't she be the first woman to pilot the same route? She was thinking that she can do the same and she could be the first woman to fly an airplane. In 1932, she achieved her goal. She became the first woman to fly a plane across the Atlantic. And of course, her dream or the goal that she was trying to do, she just achieved it. In 1931, Earhart married George Putnam. As she became more famous, she flew more often. Putnam supported Earhart's passion for flying. He didn't mind the long separations that the trip caused. In the year of 1931, she got married to a man who supported and helped her in flying. In 1935, she achieved her next goal. She flew across the Pacific Ocean alone. This flight was 2,408 miles long and would exhaust anyone. Yet Amelia was determined. It means she was wanting so much to do something that she keeps on trying to do it, and she worked so hard for this. At one point during the flight, the weather was dreary and cold. To warm herself, she opened a thermos of hot chocolate. She later told people that it was a special moment. There, she was sipping hot chocolate as she flew alone over the middle of the Pacific Ocean. In 1937, Earhart planned another trip. No other woman had flown around the world yet. She wanted to be the first. She hoped that this stunt would be her last. Sadly, it did become her final trip. She was planning in the year 1937 to do her last flying or trip by the airplane, and sadly it was the last one. Somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, Amelia Earhart's airplane disappeared. And of course, when we say disappeared, it means she died. No one knows for sure what happened. She might have crashed in the ocean or on an island. Whatever occurred, Amelia Earhart has a place in history. Today, she's a symbol of courage and adventure. Of course, because she was the first woman to do this. If you can see on page 141, and just have a look at the picture, this was Amelia Earhart. Thank you for listening for our text or our biography. I want from you to reread it again, please. And on a piece of paper, just make for me a brief summary for what you understood from this text. Thank you for listening.